Good morning. Hope you all had a fantastic weekend. As you probably saw, or maybe didn't see, we posted the vlog, our last US vlog this morning that Caitlin edited from LA, which is pretty cool. It's always fun to watch those vlogs back when after the time, because they're just brings back all the memories. So it was a fun time in LA. I enjoy that city a lot. But I didn't vlog on Saturday. I had a pretty a weird day. Not a weird day. I had a gym Christmas party that I went to, and probably didn't really want to pull a camera out there. And I had a whole bunch of recipes to write, which I needed to just kind of get in the zone and write. So I had to write the recipes from the Christmas video on the main channel. So the Chrissy video on the main channel went live on Sunday morning, and it did really well. So I'm stoked with that. So thank you to everyone who watched it, and if you haven't, go check it out. Kind of important that video did well. Most of my content is kind of like evergreen content, I guess you could call it. So I can film it and post it and edit it, and then it's kind of relevant for a long period of time. Whereas this Christmas video, it's important when you post it, so you get people's attention at the right time. But it's also only relevant for like another 4 or 5 days, right? And until the year comes around, at which case we'll do another one anyway. So it's always nerve-wracking waking up on Sunday morning and seeing what number. So the YouTube ranks at 1 out of 10 for your last videos, and you're always hoping for a number 1. Often it's not, but this was a number 1 for us, so pretty stoked about that. The team did a great job on that video. I think it's really engaging and shot and edited really well. So this week, last week of school, certainly feels like that. We don't have a huge week as far as filming is concerned, which is nice. So it means that the team can catch up on everything else they need to catch up before everyone disappears for 2 weeks. So we're going to shoot a short today for New Year's Eve. And then we're going to shoot one last YouTube tomorrow. And then I've got 2 days working with Kilcoy, just doing some Christmas kind of end of year stuff for them out at the main processing plant. So I'm doing like a cooking battle off. And then Friday we've got our Chrissy party, our Andy Cook's Christmas party, so that should be fun. Going out to a restaurant and hanging out for the day. See who gets the most drunk, causes the most trouble. It's probably going to be Caitlin, to be honest. Anyway, I've had my oats, I've been to the gym, having my second coffee. A little bit of computer work to do to get ready. And then shout out to the person who reminded me to look at the camera. I don't know why, but when I shoot normal videos, I guess because there's no screen in front of me, because I've got Mitch as my screen, I've no problem looking down the barrel of the camera. But when I'm shooting these vlogs, I usually have the screen poked out, and maybe I'm just vain. I just I can't stop looking at myself in the monitor. So I've put it away this time, and hopefully I remember to do that. But love the comments, guys. Let me know if there's stuff that you want to see, if you've got questions about anything at all. I'm pretty open, willing to answer most of them within reason. There's some stuff that I want to, obviously need to keep private. Anyway, legends, we'll catch up with you once we're shooting this video.
And do you think I'm just aiming up?
Yeah, I think out.
Out?
No, towards.
Yeah, you can go like towards.
It's not going to break the glass. Why are you drinking at 9:30 in the morning?
It's for a video. This is what Andy makes us do for content.
Yeah.
It wasn't my decision at all.
Sure.
100% Andy. And if this video doesn't get
do you approve of this?
Views,
I approve of it. I don't think it was your idea. Caitlin's thirsty.
I actually don't know if I have a champagne stopper.
Oh no, you're gonna have to drink it.
Duck, thoughts?
He's ready for champagne? It's actually sparkling.
Oh, it's not even real.
It's from Tasmania. They make great sparkling.
Alright. Well, they can't call it champagne then, can they?
No, it's not. It's sparkling.
I'm back. Oh, day's almost done. I just had to sweep the driveway for like the 3rd time. That's right. If you're not from Australia, it's kind of, especially north, like really far north, bad flooding at the moment. It's kind of the tropical, sort of rainy season. I don't know, am I like super crooked here? I feel like I'm super crooked. I'm trying not to use a screen so I Stop being so vain. It's the rainy season here. The whole of the east coast has kind of copped a whole lot of rain. Where we are, we had 2 bad days, and bad like nothing compared to what they've copped further up north. It's been really bad up there. I try not to complain about these things because other people are in far worse positions due to rain than I am right now. But effectively, because the studio is on a new block and a new division, I guess. Our block, there's no landscaping done yet, so it's pretty like the soil's really hard. The ground's really, it's like on not bedrock, but on sandstone, which is great for building. The house is, it's never going to move from where it's been built, but it's super sandy. And it's a big slope block. All the sand from all the rain that we had just kind of like went down the hill and ended up at the bottom of my driveway. Anyway, long story short, I was just sweeping the driveway. But today went well. We did the video we needed to do, caught up with the team. It's nice and relaxed at the moment, which is good. Everything's relaxed to a certain degree. Everything seems to be on track, which is great for the end of the year. I don't think it's never nice, for this time of the year in this part of the world, and I'm guessing in most parts of the world, but especially here, this is like our summer holiday and end of year all in one, whereas in America, it's a bit different. It's not quite, I guess people have the public holidays off, but everything kind of shuts down in Australia and New Zealand and the UK. Not so much the UK, definitely Australia and New Zealand. Like everything shuts down basically the end of this week. So if you haven't got something done, like even the trades will all finish up if they haven't already finished up. The kids are already on school holiday. It's the longest break of the year. So it's kind of this like weird time where if there's something you needed to get done and it's not done, it's probably not getting done. But what I was trying to get at is that it feels like we're in a good spot to have 2 weeks off. Everyone can go away and not be stressed, not be worried. Coming back, it's pretty hectic when we get back in the new year. There's just a few things that we need to kind of pump out quickly, but so be it. We can work through that. It's no big deal really. Nothing we haven't done before, but we will. Our schedule for posting is changing next year, and we are going to make less videos and be way more conscious about them and spend way more time on them. So currently, as you probably know, we post every day a short format video, a short to here on YouTube on the main channel. We also publish that same content, TikTok and Instagram, Facebook. Next year, we're going to cut that down to basically posting every other day. And I really want to do that because I feel like if we keep posting at this rate, my creative flow will stop, which will be an issue. So, I guess as creatively as far as the dishes are concerned, and, a lot of the creative for how the videos are shot is coming from me. There's definitely a lot from Mitch as well, from how the videos are shot side and how we're storytelling, I guess. But a lot of that stuff's coming from me, and a lot of the rest is coming from me, and it's not something that can be easily handed off, right? So, we run a cooking channel that's based around my experiences in building, and running kitchens and running restaurants and how I cook. I can't farm that work out. It doesn't feel right to anyway. I think at some point I'll probably will need some help, but there's lots of other little areas apart from that creative. And I've got no problem working hard and getting it done. My time's starting to get really, really short. So I think there's a lot of stuff that I do currently that I probably could hand over pretty easily. But the creative stuff is what I need to focus on, and what is kind of the backbone of the channel, given that it's my name as well. But I think a lot about kind of creative process, and for a long time I thought I wasn't a creative, but I don't think that's true. I think I am a creative. I think also for a long time I never gave myself the time to be creative, and I never understood how I worked as a creative. And I think people, creative or not, or whatever kind of, however you work, whatever you do, I think there's always, people work different ways. And the way I've figured out now, I know myself well enough now to know how I work best and how I don't work best. And especially for creative, I'm a thinker. I need time to think. I need time to process. I need time to let my mind wander. And that's often when I get some of my best ideas, is when I just wander. So what my favorite pastime to do is actually just to sit here in my office and wander. And by wander I mean, it's usually on the internet, or reading cookbooks, or and not so much the latter. It's literally, wandering around the internet and thinking. And I do a lot of like this, and I'll daydream. I daydream and I let my mind daydream. I let myself have really big, ambitious goals and targets and things I want to do. I visualize all this stuff as well. So, and I think that helps me keep me driven, and it helps me keep doing what I do. But you do see a lot. There was a lot of talk about it. Maybe 12 months ago. YouTube is burning out, and you can kind of see why. But I think it's often more to do with people not really understanding how they work, as opposed to actual burning out and not being prepared to hand off stuff that they can hand off. So I do respect that there's some things about the craft, whatever you do, that you can't hand off. So for me, I'm not a filmmaker, right? I'm a chef. I'm a passionate chef who tries to hand that knowledge over to people as engaging as possible, right? Now, I geek out on the filmmaking stuff, but it's not my passion. But I actually don't geek out on the filmmaking, so to speak. I more geek out on gear, and I like tech, I guess. So I kind of geek out on that stuff. I'm always open to new gear, new things to try. But my main creative outlet is, thinking of recipes, thinking of ways to deliver those recipes that's engaging for the audience. Because it's all fair and well if you make food content, but and you're really happy with making food content, but you don't get many views, then I think it's it's almost like, what's the point? Now, and I'm cautious about saying that because I don't want to be derogatory to people that are making content and aren't getting many views. I've been there. I think I think you need to reflect, and go, okay, I'm posting these videos. I know the information's right, but people aren't watching them. What do I need to do to change to make these videos better? Right? It's like 1% better every day. How do we get more views? Now, and the more time you think about that, the more strategy you put behind that, the better. The other really interesting truth about that is that you don't always get it right. So I'll come up with concepts all the time, even now, and I'm like, I'm gonna make a concept, it's gonna fly, it's gonna make millions of views, so many people are gonna see it, and so many people are gonna take stuff from it, and you spend all this time and effort, you make the video and no one watches it, and and I say no one watches it also with the air of caution, because I'm sure, the reality is, with the following that we have, you got to get a certain amount of views. But there is videos that we've done. We did an interview with Miss Andre, the owner of Princess Hot Chicken, the original hot chicken spot in Nashville. And I was like, this needs to be out on the internet. Now, I didn't think that video would tank, but I didn't think the video was also going to explode and be viral. But that video is like our worst performing video on the YouTube main channel, like I think ever. And it blows my mind, right? I'm like why don't people want to hear this lady talk? She's fascinating, right? But just stuff that I find interesting. But then it's like self-reflection, because there's other people that have done interviews with her and put them on YouTube that have got millions of views, right? So it's like, well, what did I do wrong in that? How do I get better if I want to pursue this part of my interest? Like I'm really interested in storytelling behind food. How do I get better to interview these people where we can make videos that are interesting? right? You know, because there's a few, like, you know, incredible people that are, you know, incredible interviewers, incredible interview formats that are out there that just kind of get the best out of people and are engaging, and, you know, anyway, I think that's been my, you know, my biggest learning, I think, from this year is really understanding my creative process and giving myself time to be creative in the way that I like to, which takes a lot of time. Give myself permission to just wander, let my mind wander, you know, which is tricky because you can't, you know, I can't do that very often during work hours because the team's here, my attention needs to be on making the videos. So it's like outside of working hours, you know, that's kind of what I do, is I let my mind wander. You won't very often find me watching TV. In fact, you'll never find me watching traditional TV. If I am sitting on the couch, it's usually watching, I'm trying to relax, I'll be watching like car YouTube or something completely different, but I don't last long. You know, I last like an hour maybe. Like, I like to be productive, which I think is a counter to what I was just saying about letting my mind wander. But I've learnt that if I'm going into a period of wandering or of being creative, that I kind of acknowledge that, and that helps me get over, because I'm able to just keep wandering, and not get caught up on a specific subject or topic. Yeah, and I usually go down rabbit holes, right? Like, I'm very obsessive over stuff sometimes, and I'll just go down the rabbit hole on, you know, a new, you know, cooking technique that's not familiar with me, or a cuisine that's not familiar with me. You know, like, I'm really obsessing over South American cuisine at the moment, and which is like vast, right? Like, I always talk about that from a, and I kind of hate the term like Asian food. You know, like, it's inevitable you have to use it, but it's like, what does that mean, right? Like, Western food, what does that mean? You know, South American food, what does that mean? Like, it's even these countries, you go to Brazil and it's like, there is like the difference in food from the hills and the ocean is just vast, right? So yeah, and I think that's kind of where this vlog kind of helps me, because I actually enjoy making it, but I've also said to myself that you know, if I don't feel like making a vlog, then not to make it. Don't force it. That's not what this channel's about. You know, the main channel has a schedule, and we will stick to that schedule. You know, like, we have to. This vlog is not about sticking to a schedule. Now, the reality is, I think I want to make this vlog 5 or 6 times a week, sometimes 7. But I won't have to, right? Because it's kind of venting for me, right? Like, it's like thinking about something during the day, a topic, and going, oh, cool. I kind of want to talk about that. It's also easier to talk to a camera than it is to talk to friends sometimes. Not friends, or, I mean, I talk to Caitlin pretty openly, obviously. But there's something selfishly pleasing about ranting to a camera, and then being no interruptions. And then you can, you know, you read the comments, so, you know, welcome your comments, and it's like, if you relate or you don't relate, or you think I'm wrong, then, you know, let me know. And like, but I think there's been, you know, like, I've done a vlog about it recently, about how negative the internet can be. What I don't want to do is like encourage people not to talk up and give suggestions. It's just like how you deliver that information, but it's also how that information's read. Sometimes, yeah, that's another whole subject. We'll rant about that one day. Anyway, legends, I'm going to, I don't actually have anything else to do. So you know what I'm going to do for the rest of the night? I'm going to go cook some dinner, and then I'm going to let my mind wander. Enjoy your evening, eat something tasty. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace.